Imagine waking up, reaching for your mug, and noticing your grip feels a little softer than last year. Grocery bags feel heavier. Stairs tax your legs more than they should. What if I told you there are 10 science-backed habits you can start today to preserve muscle and slow the creep of sarcopenia, so you keep moving with confidence after 50? Everything here is explained in plain language and grounded in real research from medical organizations and peer-reviewed studies. This video is educational. It does not replace care from your own doctor or physical therapist. Let's start with the simplest lever you can pull at home. Make protein the main character of every meal. Aim for roughly 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per sitting, so you trigger the muscle-building switch that older adults need a stronger push to flip. According to the National Institute on Aging, aging muscles become less responsive to small protein doses, so spreading adequate protein through breakfast, lunch, and dinner helps maintain muscle over time. Think eggs and Greek yogurt in the morning, beans or fish at lunch, and chicken, tofu, or lentils at dinner. A practical check is to ask, where's the protein on this plate? A common mistake is saving almost all your protein for the evening. Your muscles benefit more when each meal carries its share. Anchor that nutrition to progressive resistance training 2 to 3 times per week. That means gradually challenging large muscle groups with bands, dumbbells, machines, or body weight in a way that feels doable but steadily harder over the weeks. An American College of Sports Medicine physician, Stan, notes that older adults safely gain strength and function with progressive overload when sessions are tailored and consistent. Start with squat to chair, incline push-ups on a counter, a rowing motion with bands, and a hip hinge deadlift with a light kettlebell or backpack. Track 2 numbers: how many reps you can do with good form and what load you used. If those numbers never change, your muscles are not being asked to adapt. The common trap is doing the same weight for months. Gentle, planned increases are the engine of progress. Layer in a little power, fast but safe movements, so your legs learn to produce force quickly. Why? Many daily tasks need speed, not just strength. Catching yourself if you trip, standing up from a chair, stepping off a curb. Studies in older adults suggest that controlled, faster intent on light loads improves functional performance and can help prevent falls when paired with good supervision and form. Practically, stand up from a chair briskly and sit down slowly for 5 to 8 reps. Do step-ups onto a low platform with quick intent up and controlled down. Press a very light medicine ball from the chest with a crisp push. Keep ranges small, movements tidy, and posture tall. The mistake here is thinking walking alone trains this get-up-and-go capacity. It usually doesn't. Consider creatine monohydrate as a simple, well-researched add-on to training if your clinician agrees. A body of research in adults over 50 suggests that 3 to 5 grams per day, when combined with resistance exercise, may support gains in strength and lean mass compared to training alone. Several university-led meta-analyses have found this effect, and major clinics emphasize the importance of coupling creatine with a progressive plan rather than taking it in isolation. Choose plain creatine monohydrate, take it with water or a meal, and track how you feel over 6 to 8 weeks of consistent training. The common mistake is buying flashy blends or assuming it works without the workouts. The driver is training. Creatine is the seatbelt. Check and optimize your vitamin D status under medical guidance. Low vitamin D is linked with poorer muscle function and a higher risk of falls in older adults, and healthcare organizations recommend testing when deficiency is suspected. Your doctor may suggest a blood test for 25-hydroxyvitamin D and individualized steps if levels are low. Sun exposure has to be safe and modest. Food sources like eggs, dairy, and fatty fish help. Supplements are considered when indicated. The key is not to self-dose blindly. The classic mistake is starting high-dose supplements without measuring and monitoring. Your plan should be personalized and time-limited when needed. Don't only think how much protein, but how it's distributed. Research on older muscle indicates that a balanced spread, roughly a quarter to just under half a gram per kilogram of body weight at each meal, may better stimulate muscle protein synthesis than one giant evening portion. Imagine a 70-kilogram person aiming for around 25 to 30 grams at breakfast, the same at lunch and again at dinner, plus a protein-rich snack on training days. Build convenience foods into your routine: cottage cheese, edamame, tuna packs, or a simple protein smoothie with milk and fruit. The common error is a carb-only breakfast, toast and jam, and then trying to catch up later. Your muscles respond to steady signals, not feast and famine. Shape your overall plate toward a minimally processed, Mediterranean-style pattern and include omega-3 rich foods a couple of times a week. Studies from university groups have reported that omega-3 fatty acids may support muscle quality and function in older adults, especially when combined with resistance training. Think salmon, sardines, mackerel, walnuts, chia, flax, and extra virgin olive oil. This pattern also helps you manage inflammation, heart health, and weight, important partners in the fight against sarcopenia. You don't need to chase supplements unless advised. Start with food. The mistake is leaning on ultra-processed meals that are calorie-dense but protein and nutrient-poor. Practice balance and gait drills 5 to 10 minutes most days so strength translates into stability. Falls can undo months of progress. Balance training reduces that risk, according to public health agencies and clinical trials in older adults. Try a tandem stance, heel to toe near a counter, single leg stands while lightly touching the sink, slow marching in place, focusing on posture, or a short Tai Chi sequence. Progress by removing a fingertip from support, or by closing your eyes only when safe and supervised. The typical mistake is only training muscles you can see in the mirror. Your inner balance system, vision, inner ear, foot, and ankle needs practice too. Keep your daily steps, but break up long sitting spells. Observational research ties prolonged sedentary time to poorer muscle quality and metabolic health in older adults, even if total steps look decent. Use a gentle prompt to stand, stretch, or do 10 sit-to-stands every 30 to 60 minutes during the day. On non-gym days, a 20-minute brisk walk plus 2 movement breaks may do more for your muscles than a single long walk at night. The common error is thinking one workout cancels out 8 hours in a chair. Your muscles like frequent invitations to contract. Protect your gains by respecting sleep and recovery. Studies suggest that short or fragmented sleep is associated with lower strength, worse balance, and slower recovery from training in older adults. Treat bedtime like an appointment. Aim for 7 to 8 hours in a dark, cool room, cut caffeine by early afternoon, dim bright screens an hour before bed, and keep a consistent schedule. On training days, slot your tougher session earlier so your nervous system winds down by evening. The mistake is pushing hard on 5 hours of sleep. You don't build during the workout, you build when you rest. Finally, put it all together with a simple log so you can see cause and effect. Write down what you lifted, how many reps, how you slept, and roughly how much protein you ate at each meal. Notice what changes when you fix breakfast protein, or when you add a second weekly strength session, or when you protect your bedtime. Health systems and aging research groups consistently point out that self-monitoring improves adherence and outcomes. The mistake is guessing. With a tiny notebook or a notes app, you turn guesswork into a plan. Here's your fast action plan for this week. First, pick 2 fixed days for a 30 to 40-minute strength circuit you can repeat. Chair squats, band rows, wall or counter push-ups, hip hinges, and a supported split squat. Mark those days on your calendar now. Second, upgrade breakfast today. Add 25 to 30 grams of protein, say eggs with cottage cheese and fruit or Greek yogurt with nuts, and keep lunch and dinner honest. Third, set a standing reminder on your phone for 2 movement breaks in the longest sitting block of your day. Use them for 10 chair stands and a short hallway walk, then jot it all down in your log. At week's end, take stock. Did loads go up? Did reps go up? Did energy improve? Bring that log to your doctor or physical therapist to adjust safely. Before we close, a quick lightning recap to lock this in. Make protein a headline at every meal. Train strength progressively 2 to 3 days a week, and add a little safe power. Consider creatine monohydrate if your clinician agrees. Check vitamin D with your doctor and individualize any plan. Spread protein across the day, shape meals toward omega-3 rich, minimally processed foods, and practice balance. Keep steps up, break up sitting, and guard your sleep. Track the basics so your progress is visible. Notice early, act steadily, because preserving muscle now can mean more years walking the beach, carrying grandkids, and doing the hobbies that make you you. If this helped, tell me in the comments which habit you'll start today. Share this with someone 50+ who wants to stay strong, and subscribe so you don't miss next Tuesday's deep dive on simple at-home strength circuits and Wednesday's look at muscle-friendly foods you can prep in 10 minutes. This content is educational and does not replace medical advice. Don't start or stop medications on your own, and check supplements like creatine or vitamin D with your healthcare professional, especially if you have kidney issues, take anticoagulants, or have bone or endocrine conditions that require supervision.